Welcome to Explore and Discover, your one-stop hub for reliable, accessible travel. I'm so glad you're here. If you use a wheelchair and you've ever looked at a massive cruise ship and thought, is that really for me? Today we're finding out. Cruising can actually be one of the most accessible ways to travel, but only if you do research first. So today, we're breaking down exactly what you need to know before you book, so your trip is smooth sailing from start to finish. Let's start with the ship itself. Not all cruise ships are created equal, especially when it comes to accessibility. In general, newer ships tend to be much better. They usually have wider hallways, fewer steps, and more step-free routes between important areas like restaurants, theaters, and decks. Elevators are a big deal too. On a ship with thousands of people, you'll be relying on them a lot. So it's worth checking how many elevators there are and how easy they are to access during busy times. Now let's talk about something that a lot of people don't realize until it's too late: ports. Some cruise ports are simple. The ship docks, you roll off, and you're good to go. But others are what's called tender ports. That means the ship anchors offshore, and you have to take a smaller boat to land. And here's the reality: many of those smaller boats are not wheelchair accessible, especially for power chairs. Even manual chairs can be a problem if the water is rough. So before you book, always check the itinerary carefully. If you see a port that requires a tender, it's really important to contact the cruise line and ask what your options are. Otherwise, you might end up staying on the ship that day. Now let's move on to your cabin, because this is your home base for the whole trip. When booking, you want to make sure you're getting a fully accessible cabin, not just a standard one. The key things to look for are a roll-in shower, grab bars, and enough space to turn your wheelchair comfortably. You'll also want a sink that you can roll under easily, and ideally a layout that gives you access to both sides of the bed. If you're thinking about getting a balcony, double-check that the doorway is step-free. Some balconies have a raised lip that can be difficult or even impossible to get over. Next up, shore excursions. This is where your planning really pays off. Most cruise lines offer accessible excursions, often labeled as easy or wheelchair-friendly. These usually include transport with a lift or ramp, but they can fill up quickly, so it's best to book early. If you use a power chair, it's also important to check weight limits for both the ship's gangway and any transportation used during excursions. Another great option is to look into private accessible tours in each port. In some cases, they can actually give you a more comfortable and flexible experience than the larger group tours. At the end of the day, cruising can be an amazing way to see the world. You unpack once, your hotel travels with you, and with the right preparation, it can be a really smooth and enjoyable experience. The key is doing your research, asking the right questions, and knowing what to expect before you go. Thanks for joining me on Explore and Discover. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can follow along on future trips. Explore and discover your one-stop hub for reliable, accessible luxury travel. Until next time, keep exploring and keep discovering. I'll see you on the next one.